Welcome back to Talks Chrome. I am your host, Sean O'Donnell. With me tonight, Dallas McLaughlin. Talks Chrome, but tonight, Dallas, it's Comics Chrome?
Talking comics?
So, yeah, we got to workshop that. Obviously, I collected cards when I was a kid, and I know you did too. Did you also collect comic books?
Yeah, I did. I collected, I didn't think of them as collectibles. Let's put it that way. But I did read comic books until I was about 15. I was very into comic books. Yeah. I recently had them like 2 years ago. I gave them to a friend who's like really into comics and said, hey, how much are all these comics worth? It was probably like 100 comics. And you know what he said that they were worth?
What?
You want to guess?
Yeah, nothing.
$20.
$20. But did he tell you $20 and then did he go sell them for way more?
No, he was right. I looked up, I had like the Spawn Batman crossovers and I had like all these, the X-Force #1 that was never opened.
Yeah,
but like everybody had those. It's kind of like having like baseball cards from, 87 to 92. Like everybody had it.
So I'm excited then for this episode of Talks Chrome. A little different. If you're watching this and you're a comic book guy and you're here for the first time, just a heads up, we are not comic book experts. I was into them when I was a kid. Dallas and I are not even baseball card experts. We're just having fun. But tonight on the show, something a little different. So similar to what you're talking about, I found all my comic books maybe about half a year ago. And a lot of them I'm like, oh, these are just whatever. They're junk or they weren't in good condition. There's a couple of them that I was like, I had kept in pretty good condition. And I was like, let's check out and see what the value of some of these are. And, they're all in the couple like 20 to, $100 range. But there was one that I said, wow, this is actually something that at the time I didn't know what I had. And it was from the San Diego Comic-Con. And it's the first appearance of Hellboy. And I didn't know at the time what I had. I got it at the Comic-Con. I kept it in the sleeve. And now it's a book that's worth a couple $100. And then I realized if you got it graded, it's a $1,000 comic book. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? Because I didn't know what to do with some of these books. I'm going to send them in for grading.
Where do you send the comic books
for
grading?
CGC is the company where you can send your comic books and they will grade it. We have never even done a PSA video, a card grading video, but we're about to do a comic book grading video because I wanted to grade the San Diego Comic-Con book with the first appearance of Hellboy. And I had some other ones where it's like, I don't know what to do with these. Let's just send them in and see how bad they do or how good they do.
I just want to say, is CGC a comic grading company? Is that what it's?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's great.
Comic grading company. I don't know if that's
real
what
clever.
It stands for.
Real clever name.
So let me just show you. I sent off, I think 10 books or 11 books. They came back in these big boxes like this.
Oh, so wait, each one?
There's 2 boxes that are this size.
Wow.
That say Fragile on it. Now, I don't know how they come out. I don't know if I'm just going to spoil it, but I do have kind of pricing for each one on the grade that it gets, what it's going to be worth, how much I spent, because I spent about $30 a book, and what the book costs raw. So we'll see. I might have been better off not just like, not grading, not spending to grade these books. I think it's going to be kind of exciting, at least for me, unless they all get 6s, and in which case I'm going to use this knife on not just the box.
Oh, wow. You're going to cut up the books.
I'm going to cut up the books. So please, look, if you're a comic book guy and you come here to roast me, there's easier targets out there. I don't know what I'm doing at all. I just thought this would make for a fun video.
First off, I'm excited just to see what books you sent in. And secondly, I'm also excited to see if you had a book that was worth nothing, if they just tore it up and put it back in the box.
Okay, so what I've realized is as soon as you open it, it tells you the grade on the top. So I've seen some of the grades already. So CGC does not do a good job at keeping you from seeing what the grades are. But you didn't see them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down here and you can be like, she's cheating. But I'm going to close my eyes and I'm not going to look. So let's start with, okay, let's check it out. Okay, I've already seen what it is. We've got this X-Men 91 when they rebooted the X-Men, right?
I had that book.
So I submitted all 4 covers, including the special edition. Let's check it out. We got a 9.4.
Nice.
With white pages. All right, so not bad. The 9.4 of these will get you about $50, $60. So in the end, it was pretty much the same as, by the way, let me just say this. This is the first time I'm holding a graded comic book. It's freaking awesome. It's really cool looking. I like the way they slab it. I paid a little extra for you can see the top, the little X-Men header. So this one was kind of a wash because these raw are like, what is it? $10 and it was $30. So yeah, maybe I made $10 on this if I were to sell it. The white pages. So they also do on the coloring of the pages. So if your pages were kind of colored like a little yellower, but you still had good corners, you might get a higher grade, but they would denote that in the color of the pages. Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Let's see what's 2.
I have that book.
Remember that one?
Yeah, it's definitely not taken care of.
Part of me wanted to do this because I felt like I had at age 11 preserved them for this very thing. So I said, let's find out how we did. So there's the Magneto cover, and we got
I have that one.
9.6. Okay, so we did better. The 9.6s maybe are worth another like $15-$20, so maybe $75-$20. So that one worked out because that would have been, like I said, a $10 comic, but now it's probably a $75-$80 comic.
I remember that cover. I love that cover.
Yep, I had all 4. Does it look better like this? I'm set up for cards. Not super set
the other
up
way.
for...
Don't worry.
You like it like this?
Don't worry about what people are gonna say. They don't. Who gives a freaking crap?
By the way, this is really fun. I'm having so much fun. I'm sorry.
I'm just having fun seeing these books again.
Right? Doesn't it feel good? Okay, let's see what's
weird
next.
is I have most of them in my garage right now.
So this is. There's like a. That's my order form. Okay, let's see what we got. This is the special edition, the wraparound. Okay. Let's see what we got on this one. It is 9.6. So 9.6. So that's pretty good. That was like maybe 60, 70. Where raw it's like a $10 comic.
I love it.
Again with the white pages. And it is funny to grade your comics because then you can't read them anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas a baseball card, you can kind of, anything you could do with a raw card, you can do with the graded card. You can look at the stats, you can look at the front and the back. These now will just exist in these awesome,
But were you going to ever read those?
No,
again?
And so that's where I was like, I didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy. Let's see what we got here. This is the next one. Oh, so this is actually number 4. This is the first appearance of, I think, Omega Red. Let's see what we got on this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It is 9.2. So not very good. That's going to be about $45, where this one was kind of a wash. I probably could have just not graded it, but I wasn't going to not grade it.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are they just rating how fun the book is, or are they rating the quality?
No, they're looking at the corners, and you can kind of see the corner of that. I'm actually surprised at 9.2.
The Omega Red thing was not great. I
but this is a pretty sought-after book, and I think I just threw it in there because I wanted to find out. But did not take care of that one as much as I did the other ones because I probably read it multiple times. Let's see if there's something else in here. I kind of want to save the Comic-Con one for the last one. I think I have another number 1 book. Let's see what we got. We got a 9.6. So I did pretty well, I feel like, on those. Because we got the 4.
How many, you kind of realize how many X-Men covers were just the X-Men facing to the left.
Looking at something that's happening over there.
Looking at something to the left.
So these all did 9.6 except for the one that did 9.4. I think there's one more because there was the 4 covers and then also that special edition wraparound. Let's see if it's in here. Sorry, my first comic book grading video. Yep, here it is. Let's see what we got. We got a
good old beast.
9.2. Okay, so that one did not do as well. So then there you go. There's our X-Men. That whole box was X-Men. So actually, maybe I'm not good at doing these videos yet, but I did get all the X-Men in one box on the first try. Did not get the Hellboy one. So we did 9.2. The other ones did 9.6s, and we had one 9.4.
is if you get something, and maybe you don't know the answer to this, but if you get something that's below a 9, is that just you're wasting your time?
It depends on what it is. If it's an older book, like I think on any of these, I wanted to get it like a 9.4 or more than that. You know, if you had some really big book, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, okay, let's talk about in terms of like a Mickey Mantle. If you've got a Mickey Mantle that's like a 4, you're stoked. If you've got a Wander Franco that's a 4, what did you do to that Wander Franco? So it depends on like kind of the book in the year. Let me move these out of the way real quick.
Oh, yeah. Hey, hold on.
No, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, because last year when, or a couple of years ago when I don't know if you ever heard about COVID, but when COVID happened, I know it's the crazy thing. It was like, hey, I have time at home. I'm going to start reading comics again. Yeah. So I was like, excited to do it. So I went to my local comic shop because they would be open to certain people. You could go into the shop and I started getting Marvel started doing History of the Marvel Universe, a series.
Yeah.
And I started reading them. I actually have them next to me. And,
awesome.
It's taken me 2 years to read 5 issues, but it's great, man. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I had this guy.
Yeah, I did too. Spawn #1 in a 9.8, it's a $200 comic. In a 9.2 or something, it's like a 60. So let's see what we did. 9.6. Okay, that's a $100 comic then.
Really?
White
that's
pages.
a $100 comic?
Graded a 9.6. I mean, a 9.8 is pretty much as good as it gets. This was, like I said, $30 to grade. It's like 30, 40 raw.
Okay. I was told that comic book was worthless. So
there's a lot of them. But a 9.6 is a good grade. I know enough to know that's, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's see what's next. Okay, so I did grade these. This is #1. This is a second printing. All the other ones I have, I believe, are first printings. I don't think that this one's going to do very well. I don't know that any of these are going to do very well, but I graded them because I didn't know what else to do with them. We got an 8.
That's fantastic. That's great.
You can crack these open and take the comic book back out and just start reading again. I do have tools that will get that done. Let's see what's next. I think these might be in order. So this is #2. This will be a first printing, and
oh wow,
I'm worried that these are all going to be pretty bad. 9.4.
Hey,
so a
man.
9.4 for this is what is that? $100. That's pretty good. Okay,
that's pretty good.
Not bad. I loved this series.
Yeah,
this is one of my favorites. Let's see what we got. This should be #3 if they did them in order. This is the one with the death of the Joker. We got a 8.5.
Well,
it's not very good.
It's not very good. It's better than an 8.0.
So this next one should be #4, and then we should have the one I've been waiting for. Okay, let's see. So that's #4, and we got a 9.4. Okay, so that is a $70 book now. And it pretty much worked out in terms of the grading on that one.
Yeah.
Let's move these out of the way because I want to get to the last book. The reason why I did this all in the first place. Thank you for watching this video. Actually, wait. There's another. Wait, what was the other book?
Do people do card?
Hold on. I did another. I did 2 of these apparently.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's find out what the grade on the Spawn is. The first one was a 9.6?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And this one is a 9.8.
Whoa.
So that's a $200 book. We had not gotten a 9.8 before that. So stoked on that. Wow, man, so good. That is a good looking book.
That is fun. Now I want to send my comics away.
Yeah, you should. Okay.
Gotta get them back from that guy though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's that guy's name?
Daniel.
Okay, here we go. This is it. Actually, I'm gonna move Spawn. First appearance of Hellboy. We're at 9.8, sold for like $900 recently. This is San Diego Comic Con's comics #2. To my eyes, this book looked really good. Like I said, I don't even think that I read it because I didn't know what it was. Dallas, how'd we do?
It's got to be over a 9.
I think it's over 9. Let's see what we got. Oh, a 9.4.
Is that bad?
It's pretty much like It's not great. Now that I'm looking at it, I guess maybe it's not a 9. It's not a 9.8. It's about a $300 book.
That's great.
Instead of we're raw, it's 150. So it paid for itself.
Of course it paid for itself. You got that for free too, didn't you?
I did. I think that you got it for free when you walked in the door.
Went to the comic
my
book
Aunt
con.
Patty took me. What year was this? 93. This was really fun to do. I don't think I have any more comics to grade.
That's great.
But I was really stoked to send these in, and I was actually stoked to find something, because you go through your storage things, you're like, I don't have any, none of these are worth any money. And you find out, like, oh, I got the first appearance of Hellboy. Okay.
Yeah.
That was our CGC.
I love it.
Grading. Let's just look at these one more time.
I love it.
The best looking book of this show was this Spawn.
Do people do these for baseball cards?
Oh, you don't know that? Of course they do.
No idea. I have no idea.
I just sent my first. I sent my first one in, and we're gonna do a PSA reveal. Batman was 9.4. I'm sorry if this is obnoxious for you guys to go through these again. But
this part is a bit obnoxious.
8.0.
The most I've ever watched another
I'm
card show was the other night when we watched Houdini. When we were hanging out.
Yeah.
That was the most I've ever watched another card show. So I don't know what card shows do.
Well, we have a card show.
I watched our card show. And that's not disrespectful. I just don't have any time.
9.6.
If I had time, I'd play MLB The Show.
9.6. Well, we could do a show about that too.
You want to do MLB The Show?
That was there's tons of those videos. That was our video. If you are a comic book fan and you hate me, I totally understand. I really enjoyed doing this. It was fun sending these in to get graded. It was really fun kind of to get the reveal. Little disappointed in the 9.4, but still a good grade for a landmark comic. And maybe this will be that thing that gets me back into comics again. I got kids kind of coming around that age that I was when I started reading them. So anyway, Dallas, thanks for talking comic books with me.
Hey man,
going down memory lane.
That was fun. I really enjoyed it. And if people are out there that are going to make fun of you for doing this and they're comic book fans, you know what they can do? Shut up.
Thanks for watching Talks Chrome. Please leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time
on the podcast.
Good night. Magnetos.